Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. A couple of reminders as we get started. Please feel free to modify your practice in any way that makes sense to you and your body. I have some blocks and a blanket here. You don't need anything for today's practice, but if you do have them at home and they make you feel more comfortable, please feel free. I'm sitting on a blanket now, and that's how we'll get started. You can sit right down on your mat or your rug or a cushion or a blanket, and we'll just get right into it. All right, so wrap your hands either around your knees or just rest them softly on your thighs. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen out the spine. Take the crown of the head a little bit further back towards the back of your space. Roll your shoulders up on an inhale to your ears, and as you exhale, release them right back down the spine. And exhale out the mouth, and do that again. Inhale, roll your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, release them right back down your spine. And another breath in, squeeze. And another breath out, relax them down your spine. Find a soft gaze or close your eyes and just take a moment to notice your breath. Without having to change it in any way, not yet. Notice whatever you're seated on and begin to feel the whole body, all the sensations inside. Can you soften the shoulders a little bit more down your back? Can you sit a little taller? Can you notice your breath without having to change it at all? You might even notice thoughts that arise. And can you be sort of a witness to your thoughts? Can you begin to just see them? And let them just drift out and in of your mind, in and out and in. And now begin to deepen the breath. Breathe a little deeper into the belly. Allow the belly to expand on an inhale. Allow the chest to fill, the collarbones to rise. And as you exhale, squeeze empty, drawing the navel back towards the spine. And keep going like that. Fill in through the front body, but also the sides and the back body on every inhale. And every exhale, squeeze empty, drawing the navel to the spine. And if your breath doesn't exactly match mine, no worries, just keep going with your own. Take another inhale. And another exhale. Long, slow inhales, long, slow exhales. If you're familiar with Ujjayi, which is the sound of the ocean breath, you can make that contraction at the back of the throat. Kind of to me sounds like Darth Vader, little on the inhale and on the exhale. And can you begin to tune your mind into the sound of your own breath? We're going to add some movement. On the next breath in, interlace your fingers, press your palms forward, draw your chin to your chest, round your upper back, and then breathe in and reach your arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, draw your chin to your chest, lower your hands down, round. Full breath in to sweep arms up towards the sky, and exhale, chin to chest, round. 3 more like that on your own. Nice long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. And this time, can you take your fingertips a little bit further back to open up the chest, the heart, the shoulders. On an exhale, release your hands. Allow your right fingertips to come down to the ground, the left arm to reach up and over, find a side bend. Take a big breath in, both arms come right back up towards center. Exhale, left fingertips come down, right arm reaches up and over. Good, take another breath in, both arms rise a little faster. Exhale, arm up and over. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, reach up and over. Then come back through center, both arms rise. As you exhale, float your hands down to your thighs. Switch your legs, especially if you're cross-legged in Sukhasana. You can also just stay kneeling if that's more comfortable. This time, inhale, bring your arms right up towards the sky. As you exhale, find a twist over to the right. The hand can come to the knee or the thigh. The right hand can kickstand behind you. See about lengthening the spine a little bit more. Inhale. And as you exhale, you might look over your back shoulders as you begin to twist from the navel area. Take a big breath in, sweep your arms up towards the sky, and as you exhale, twist to the left. Same thing here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, maybe look over your back shoulder. One more time each side. Full breath in, arms rise. Exhale, find a twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Inhale, come back through center, both arms rise. As you exhale, twist over to the left. Last time. Full breath in. Full breath out. Long, slow exhale. This time, as you untwist, cross your back arm over the front arm. Your elbows can cross and your hands can come to the backs of the shoulders, wrapping your fingertips around your shoulder blades, or you can come to Garudasana, arms, eagle arms. The palms will meet, the thumbs will come toward your eyes. Round out that upper back, take the forearms forward on an inhale, lift fingertips or elbows up. As you exhale, lower elbows down. So you're either here, inhale, lift, exhale, lower, or you're here, full breath in, full breath out. One more. See if you can find a little baby back bend here. And as you exhale, chin to chest, round. Unwrap your arms, find your twist over to the right. Cross your back arm over the top arm again, or whichever arm you haven't done this time. Wrap your hands around your shoulders or palms come to center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Last one. And slowly unwrap your arms, uncross your legs, give your legs a little bit of a wiggle, a little shake. If you're on a blanket, you can set it aside. And then come right down onto hands and knees. Right into table, knees about hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart, a little wider. Take a big breath in, lengthen through lift the tailbone, soften the belly, take the sternum forward. As you exhale, chin to chest, round for your cat. Press into the hands. 2 more. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Last time, full breath. Long exhale out. And come to a neutral spine. Take a moment to come to child's pose. Take the big toes together, the knees wide as your mat, and allow your forehead to come down to the ground. Just a reminder, child's pose is a posture you can come to at any time during your practice. If you need to rest, you can come right here. You can always hit the pause button or take any other posture that feels restful to you. You walk your fingertips a little bit further forward towards the front of the mat. You can even be on fingertips here, lengthening out the spine, softening the belly, and see if you can find that nice, long, slow breath in and nice, long, slow exhale, even here in stillness. Can you breathe into your back body, the back of the heart, as much as the front body? And slowly come out the way you came in. Walk your hands back. Come into table. Curl the toes under. And just like you are sinking into your child's pose, but the knees are a little bit hip width apart, sink your hips to your heels. You want to stretch out the toes here. And the calves and the ankles. If you need a deeper stretch, you'll walk your hands back towards your knees. You can even come onto fingertips or blocks if you'd like. And then press into the fingertips. Some of you might be able to come onto fingertips, lifting the knees up. Keep squeezing the ankles together, the thighs together. You might be able to place your hands on your thighs or reach your arms up towards the sky. Forward toe stand. Take another breath in. Another breath out. Just the way you came in, come out, hands to the thighs, fingertips to the floor, lower the knees. Walk yourself back to your table. This time, keeping the toes curled under. Press down into the hands. Round out your upper back. Draw the navel in. And as slow as you can go, begin to lift to your first downward facing dog. Lifting the tailbone, pressing firmly into the hands. Fingertips wide apart. You can stay with bent knees if you'd like. Or you can begin to walk out your dog, slowly lowering one heel and then the other towards the earth. Keep pressing the hands down, nice strong straight arms. You might take a peek forward, make sure the fingertips are spread wide. Your shoulders are wrapping away from your ears, nice strong straight arms. The next time you breathe in, lift the leg and just hook it behind the left leg, right leg behind the left. Keep pressing into the hands, squeeze the thighs together. Your toes might come down to the ground or they might float. And you can bend that standing leg as much as you'd like. The next breath in, lift the right leg all the way up to the sky for a three-legged dog. Three-legged downward facing dog. As you exhale, lower the foot back down to the ground. And try that on the left side. Left foot hooks around the right. Squeeze the thighs together, press into the hands. On an inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. And exhale, lower the left leg to meet the right. Take a big inhale, lift both heels. As you exhale, bend the knees, press back through the heels to straighten the legs. And try that twice more. Inhale, lift the heels. Come onto your tippy toes, bend your knees. Press through the heels, straighten the legs. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Press back through the heels. This time we're moving. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale out all of the breath. Look forward and you can walk, step, or hop to the front of the mat. Come right into ragdoll. Take your feet a little more than hip width apart. Hands to opposite elbows. Bend your knees. Allow the belly to come right onto the thighs, softening the head. You can find a little sway side to side in the hips, in the torso. And release the bind. Take your fingertips to the shins or the ground in front of you. Lengthen, lift halfway. As you exhale, bend your knees, fold right back down to Uttanasana, forward fold. Do that again. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. And exhale, fold right back down. Full breath in to lengthen. Full breath out to fold body in half. This time, lengthen up, lift halfway, keep going, press into the feet, rise all the way to standing, sweep your arms up, palms come together, fingertips press together. As you exhale, draw your hands to heart center, release your arms by your sides. Take another breath in, sweep arms up. Exhale, fold body in half, bend your knees as much as you'd like. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen just one time. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. So the feet step all the way to the back of the mat, press into the hands, draw the navel up and in, shoulders right over those wrists. As you exhale, press into the toes, shift forward, bend your elbows through chaturanga. The elbows are going to go right towards those ribs as you come all the way down onto your belly and uncurl your toes. If you have a block, fantastic. If you don't, no worries. We might use that in a few minutes. Take your forehead, chin, or mouth down to the ground, arms by your sides, right? Lift up your right leg and get it longer. See about getting more length and then lower it down. And then lift the left leg up. Get it longer and lower it back down. Take the big toes together. Come on to fingertips, palms face down. On an inhale, press down into the hips. Lift head, neck, torso up off the ground. Soften the shoulders down the back. And then on your next breath in, maybe lift the fingers up off the ground. And then maybe lift the feet up off the ground. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, come on back down. Relax. Completely relax. Wiggle the hips a little bit side to side. And now this time, if you have a block, great. If you don't, you're going to pretend you have a block. Take the block behind your back. Take a big inhale. Lift head, neck, shoulders up off the ground. Press your palms together as you lift the feet up off the ground. You soften the shoulders down the back. Keep squeezing the block or an imaginary block behind your back. This will engage the triceps. Take another breath in. Lift from the heart, soften shoulders. And then exhale, come on back down, release. Take your hands underneath your shoulders a little bit further back. Squeeze those elbows in, come right into upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha. Press into the hands, take the sternum folder, soften the shoulders down the back, knees and thighs lift. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, press into your hands, draw the navel up and in. See if you can flip over both feet to come to downward facing dog, and then adjust your feet as necessary. The next time you breathe in, lift the heels, come onto your tippy toes, bend your knees, exhale out all the breath, and walk step or take a little hop to the front of your mat. Take a full inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold over your legs. Press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing, full breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center, release your arms by your sides. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold body in half, keep moving. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant hands. Step back to plank and move through your chaturanga. This time right into your upward facing dog. Bend your elbows, lower halfway on an inhale. Find your back bend. On an exhale, find downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths once you arrive. The next time you breathe in, come onto those tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop to the front of the mat. On an inhale, lengthen, lift halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale, forward fold to Uttanasana. Press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing, full breath in. Hands to heart center, release your arms by your sides. Adjust your clothing as necessary. Take a big inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, fold your body in half. This time, if you'd like, you can begin to hop back to chaturanga. You'll firmly plant your hands, look forward, land with bent elbows. On an inhale, find your back bend, and an exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. You might flip over one foot and then the other, or both at the same time. Find 3 breaths. Take a big inhale, lift the heels, come onto those piggy toes, piggy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, and exhale, fold over your legs. Press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, release your arms by your sides. Now at any time, you can always skip these vinyasas and step right back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in, sweep your arms up, make your way to downward facing dog any way you'd like. Fold the body in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Step, step, or hop. Plank to chaturanga. Back to downward facing dog. This time, hold here. On the next breath in, reach your right leg up towards the sky. You want to square your hips as best you can, firmly pressing into your hands and that third leg. Flex your foot, nice strong straight arms. As you exhale, draw your knee to your nose, round your upper back. See about getting your shoulders right over your wrists. And then on an inhale, kick the legs straight back. And do that again. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. This time hold, look forward. Step your foot to your right thumb. Lower the back knee down. On an inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. Find a low lunge. You can keep your toes curled under or uncurl your toes if you'd like. Soften the shoulders down the back, nice wide V. Take a moment to look, make sure that knee is over your ankle. Sink into the hips. Take one more breath. And then lower both hands back down to the ground. Heel toe your foot over to the right side of the mat and set up for lizard. The foot can be at an angle with the knee right over the ankle, where the toes can face forward. I like to curl my back toes under and slide my knee a little bit further back. See what feels good to you. As you exhale, squeeze. Draw that knee right towards the shoulder, and then on an inhale, let it go a little bit. And two more. Squeeze and let it go. Squeeze and let it go. Draw that knee in. Heel toe your foot to the middle of the mat. One hand on each side of the front foot. Come onto fingertips, or you can use blocks here. As you inhale, lift that knee up. Come into runner's lunge. As you exhale, shift your hips back, fold over your leg any amount. Inhale, rebend, sink the hips, lift the heart, just like your low lunge. Exhale, shift back and fold. One more. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, shift back and fold. Rebend into that knee. If you have blocks, set them aside. Come onto fingertips. See about lifting that back leg over all the way into standing split. Hands can plant on the earth, head can soften. See about squaring the hips just like you did in your three-legged dog. Take another breath. As you exhale, look down, place the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold body in half. Come all the way up to standing, full breath in, sweep your arms up, palms meet. Exhale, hands to heart center, release your arms by your sides. One more side, full breath in, arms rise. Exhale, full body in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant, plant, step, step back to plank, or float right to chaturanga. Look forward, bend your elbows, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, left leg rises. Draw your knee to your nose on your breath out, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, step your foot forward, lower your right knee down. On an inhale, sweep your arms up. Nice wide V. Sink into the hips, soften shoulders. One more breath. Look down, plant your hands on the inside of the left foot. Heel toe your foot out to lizard. Guide your right knee back. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze that knee into the shoulder. On an inhale, let it go. Squeeze and let it go. One more, you're doing great. Heel toe your foot to the middle of the mat. Find your runner's lunge, come onto fingertips or use blocks here. Lift your back knee, lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, shift back and fold. Two more, breathe in, shift forward. Breathe out and fold. Last time, inhale. And exhale. This time, rebend. Come onto fingertips, walk your fingertips forward to lift that right leg to standing split. Squeeze the glutes, that'll get the leg a little higher, but it doesn't have to go that far. And then right foot meets the left. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Rise your body all the way up to standing. Big breath in, arms rise, palms meet, hands to heart center, release your arms by your sides. Take a moment, either take your feet parallel or toes together, heels apart. On a breath in, find chair pose. I'm gonna go feet parallel. Sink your hips as low as you can go. Right to that edge. Shift the weight into your heels. Make sure the knees are not way over your toes. Take another breath in, nice wide V. As you exhale, hands to heart center, fold your body in half. Full breath in, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your hands, step plank to chaturanga, to your back bend. You can always step back to downward facing dog. We'll all meet there. On an inhale, reach your right leg up. On an exhale, knee to nose. You've been here before now. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Step forward to your right thumb. This time, make sure you have enough space between your feet so that you're stable. As you climb up your thigh, reach your arms up. Find your high lunge. Take another breath in. And another breath out. This time, interlace your hands behind your low back. Right? Draw the shoulders back down your spine. Lift the heart. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, look forward and begin to fold in half, reaching your knuckles up over your head any amount. Now at any time you can release your hands, fingertips can come to the ground if you feel unsteady, or you can always lower that back knee. So you decide, you have the choice. You get to decide how much you want to push today and what your body needs. Take another breath. On an inhale, rise all the way back up. Release your fingers, inhale, arms rise. As you exhale, sweep your arms behind you. Fold your body in half. Don't go anywhere yet. I want you to imagine that you have that block in between your palms so the triceps are squeezing together. If you have to hop that back foot in, you can. You'll root down into your right foot and then lift the left leg up, keeping a little lift in the heart, drawing the navel in. You can flex your back foot or point it, and it might be down here. It doesn't matter. Take one more breath. As you exhale, reach your arms forward. I don't have space for it, right? If you want, you can take a warrior 3. And then lower your hands down to the ground. Find a standing split. Lower left leg to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, full body in half. Bend your knees, rise up through chair, just like you did on the way down. Nice wide V. Rise all the way to standing on an inhale, palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart center, release your arms by your sides. Inhale, find your chair. Sink the hips. Exhale, full body in half. Breathe in, lengthen and lift, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Make your way to downward facing dog. Plank to chaturanga. If you'd like, look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg rises. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Step forward to that left thumb. Separate the feet. Rise up to your high lunge. Full breath in. Full breath out. Interlace your hands behind your low back. You can always use a strap here or a towel, or do not interlace your hands if you need to. Take a full breath in, lift the heart. As you exhale, fold body in half into a humble warrior variation. One more breath, keep squeezing the thighs together, letting the head just be soft. The next time you breathe in, press down into the feet to rise up. Reach your arms up, full breath in. As you exhale, prepare, lower your body in half, squeeze your palms together. You might have to hop that foot in a little bit and lift the right foot up to an airplane. I've measured, my head has at least 2 inches here. Take another breath. If you want to reach your arms forward to a warrior 3, go ahead. And now everybody lower your hands down. Find that standing split. Lift the right leg up. As you exhale, lower the foot down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold over your legs. Breathe in, rise up through chair. Come all the way to standing. Hands to heart center, release your arms by your sides. Take a moment, place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. Notice the heartbeat. Notice all the sensations in your body now. Maybe the heart is a little bit faster like mine. Can you notice the ground underneath your feet, the temperature of the air in the room? Be aware of everything that's going on inside of you. Let the external world just fade away. Just for now, come into this moment right now. Softly open your eyes. If they are closed, come back to the top of the mat. Make any wardrobe adjustments. I'm going to make some here. I left a little bit of room at the top of my mat to come into chair. We'll work with chair again. Bend your knees, rise your arms. There's an option here to come onto your tiptoes, right? And you can hold right here. This is pretty challenging as it is. Or open your legs, taking the heels together. Reach down, plant your hands, and find Crow Bakasana for 3 breaths. So you'll have to bend your elbows like Chaturanga. My gaze is way in front of my fingertips. And then those shins go right onto the triceps, and I lift my feet. Take 2 more breaths, whatever variation you're working with. If you're in crow, you'll lower the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. If you're in chair, exhale, join us. Plant your hands, move through your vinyasa. Step, step to plank. Bend the elbows, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward, step forward. Separate the feet, high lunge, full breath in. As you exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Breathe in. Lift the heart. Breathe out, fold. Humble warrior variation. On a breath in, rise back up. We're moving a little faster. Take your arms up. As you exhale, move towards your airplane. Arms behind, squeeze your imaginary block. This time, little different. Keep that lift in the heart. You can interlace your hands if you'd like. Behind the back. If they're interlaced, release them. Draw that left knee into your chest. Come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up. Reach down, grab your knee. Draw it closer to the chest. If you have to put it down, put it down. And then begin to cross the left leg over the right. Sink down like you're sitting in your chair. How low can you go? That wrap of the leg, right, comes from sitting really low, but the foot can also be on the floor. Take a big breath in, reach your arms up. Like a windmill or a clock, left arm comes down, right arm crosses over. We're back to where we were in the beginning of class. Hands can plant on your shoulders, or you can come into Giardino arms. Inhale, lift the fingertips. Exhale, lower the elbows. Little movement here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. If you want, you can bow your eagle, Giardino. So you'll round your upper back like you did in cat. Elbows will come to the knees. They might hang here. They might go way over. And you'll be in this little bind. And like one of my teachers does, you can make a little beak with your hands, have a little fun with it. Yoga does not have to be serious. Take a breath in, come all the way back up. Release the arms, draw the knee into the chest. As you exhale, step it back to your high lunge. Full breath in, arms rise. Right, as you exhale, you're going to open up to warrior two this time. I'm going to adjust so that you can see me this way, so we're still facing each other. Come into your warrior two. Settle down, make sure you adjust your feet, shoulders towards the wide edge of your mat. Take a full breath in, bend into that knee. If you need a little challenge, bend a little deeper. But keep your shoulders right over your hips. Take an inhale, reverse, right, left arm down, right arm reaches up and over. You can look down at your toe or up towards your thumb. Breathe in, come back to your warrior two. One more breath. Everybody do this. Take a full inhale and an exhale. One more full breath in. Full breath out. And we call that horse lips. Windmill yourself down. Listen, come back to your runner's lunge. Spin your back heel up. Come right into your standing split. If you want to play with balance this time, hands can wrap around the ankle. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right? Or, I'm going to hop this foot back a little bit. Hands can plant. You can press down firmly into those hands and hop your foot back to three-legged dog. And then look forward, hop your foot back to your hands. Like I did, you might find a little float. This is the beginning of handstand, right? Oh, there we go. But you don't have to go that far, okay? The next time you hop to standing split, lower the left leg to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Find your ragdoll here. Separate your feet, hands to opposite elbows. Find a little sway. Release your arms, come all the way up to standing. Inhale, arms rise, palms meet. Hands to heart center, release your arms by your sides. Let's come right into it. I'm going to just change directions. Take a big inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, find your chair. If you want, stay right here. Otherwise, come onto your toes. Play with balance. You can also separate your knees and work with crow. Since this is our second time through, if you'd like to work with crow and work on the hop back, it's a hop or a float back, it looks like this. It's hard to talk, so I'm gonna stop talking. Okay? Otherwise, you're in chair, and then you'll make your way to chaturanga, to your back bend, to downward facing dog. On the breath in, lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward, step forward. Separate the feet, high lunge, full breath in. Full breath out. Interlace your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back down your back. Big breath in. Slow exhale as you make your way to humble warrior. If you feel better to have your heel down, you can spin your back heel down. I like mine lifted for this variation. On a breath in, come all the way back up. Inhale, rise your arms up. I'm going to step back a little bit so I have a little bit more room. As you exhale, lower your torso in half, squeeze your biceps together, and take flight. Whatever that looks like. Maybe you interlace your hands, maybe you just reach them back. Maybe you're on blocks here. Take one more breath. The next time you exhale, draw your right knee to your chest. You know what's happening. Take your hands, whoa, your hands and wrap them around the shin. And then begin to lower that leg onto the standing leg, squeezing the thighs together. Find your eagle. Again, you can place your foot right onto the ground. Sink down like you're seated in chair. Left arm over right. Hands to the elbow, to the shoulders. Or come into your Giardino arms. Take a big inhale, lift the fingertips. Exhale, lower elbows. Sink way down into your chair or eagle legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. If you want to go for that rounded bind, lower the elbows, round the back. Elbows come way over the knees or thighs. Make a little beak. Take a little smile. And then slowly come all the way back up. Release the arms. Draw the knee into the chest. Step all the way back to your high lunge. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Adjust your feet. Square your shoulders. Soften the shoulders down the back. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. On an inhale, reverse warrior. Slowly come back to your warrior two. Take an inhale. And an exhale. One more, breathe in. And breathe out. Windmill yourself down, plant your hands. Now remember, your choice, standing split. Keep a micro bend in that left leg. You can play with balance here. Bring one hand to your ankle and the other hand, or hop back and forth to three-legged dog. Just let that head hang and give it a little shake as you're holding in your standing split. And then lower that right leg to meet the left. If you're hopping back and forth, join us. Take an inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, full body in half. Separate your feet. You can find ragdoll here or slide your hands underneath your toes. You might have to bend your knees a lot to come into that variation. Once your toes meet the wrist creases, you can give your wrists a little love, a little wiggle. By wiggling your toes, shifting a little side to side. Release whatever bind you have. Make your way all the way to standing. You can roll up. Once you arrive, draw those shoulders to the ears. Inhale. Exhale, release the shoulders back down your spine. And two more like that. Inhale, squeeze shoulders to ears. Exhale, release them right back down your back. Last time. And exhale. Come to the top of your mat. We're going to make our way down to the ground for a cool down. Take a full breath in. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold body in half. If you want, you can take a vinyasa. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands or just step back to downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, lift that right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bend your knee, open up the hip, and make 3 knee circles. 1, 2, and 3. Look forward, draw that right knee to your chest, and then head over to the right wrist. We'll set up for pigeon. Slide the left knee back. Come on to fingertips. Find a back bend here. Take a moment to peer over your right shoulder or your left. Make sure that leg is coming out of the hip. Lengthen up. Make sure the weight of this posture is in the legs, mostly. Right, fingertips outside of the body. Find a little bit of a back bend. Soften the shoulders down the back. And then when you're ready, lower down. Hands can come and make a hand pillow. You could also use a block underneath your head or a blanket. And if that right hip is really lifted off the earth, you could slide a block or a blanket underneath your hip. Another option, if pigeon is not working for you, is to come right down onto your back and take figure 4. The right ankle will cross over the left knee or thigh. Head, shoulders are relaxed. You can stay right here or interlace your hands underneath your left thigh. See what works best for you today. Wherever you are, soften around the breath And notice if the breath has shortened. Can you lengthen it? Both on the inhale and on the exhale. You might come back to that Ujjayi breath, making the contraction at the back of the throat. If you're on your back, you'll stay here. If you're in pigeon, boop, right? You'll press into the hands, step back to downward facing dog. You can give that leg a little wiggle. If you're on your back, stay there. Draw both knees to the chest. Everyone else, inhale, lift that left leg up, bend the knee, and make 3 hip circles. And then draw that knee over towards the left wrist. Set up for pigeon. If you're on your back, left leg crosses over right, or whichever side you haven't done. If you're in pigeon, take a peek back. Make sure the leg is coming directly out of the hip. The toes are in line with the ankle. I see a lot of feet placement where the ankle is like this. Right? Keeping the foot in line with the ankle will protect the knee. Come onto those fingertips. Soften the shoulders, take an inhale, and as you exhale, make your way down for 5 breaths. Slowly begin to make your way out of pigeon or figure 4. Figure 4, uncross your leg. Pigeon, come all the way back to downward facing dog. Give that little leg a shake. Lower the knees. If you're on your back, come into table. Take a couple rounds of cat-cow, any way you'd like. Maybe this time you make some belly circles. You take your hips towards your heels. If there's tension in the neck, you can shift your head a little side to side or make some head rolls. If your wrists are feeling a little tight, you can flip your fingertips toward your knees and take your cat-cow this way. Maybe take another 30 seconds. See about closing the eyes. Feeling the breath. Feeling all of the sensations in the body. And the next time you come to a neutral spine, you'll hold there and lower all the way down onto your belly, just like the beginning of class. If you have props, you can set those aside. Come down onto one cheek and just completely relax. Take your forehead back onto the ground, forehead, chin, or mouth, palms by the side, feet together. Just like the beginning of class, press down into the hips, lift head, neck, shoulders up off the ground. If you'd like, fly your arms up, fly your feet up. If you'd like to interlace your hands behind your low back, you can do that. Rolling the shoulders down, softening the back. Take 2 more breaths here. See about lifting a little bit higher. And then exhale, come on back down, release the arms, release the head, wiggle the hips from side to side, completely relax. If you'd like, you can bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet from side to side. And then lower the feet back down You'll flip all the way over onto your back like a pancake. Without drawing the knees into the chest, just step your feet about mat width apart. Adjust your wardrobe. Knock your knees in towards each other. Separate your feet. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Close your eyes or find a soft gaze. Take a couple of breaths. Release your arms by your sides. Heel toe your feet in so that they're hip width, and the fingertips might meet the heels as you place your palms down by your sides. Slightly roll your shoulders down your back. Press into the feet, press into the hands. On an inhale, lift the hips up. Stay here, keep breathing. Squeeze the thighs together as if there's a block there. 3 more breaths. You can also grab onto the sides of your mat if that feels better to you, to get a little more lift if you'd like, or just rest your arms on the ground, pressing down to lift the hips up. The next time you breathe out, lower the hips down. Release Setu Bandhasana Bridge. Take your knees from one side and to the other to release the low back. You have one more variation. If wheel is a part of your practice, and you feel comfortable at home practicing wheel, you can practice that. Otherwise, I'll guide bridge one more time. Place the arms by the sides. On an inhale, press down into the feet, the tops of the shoulders, lift the hips up. If you'd like, you can interlace your hands this time and roll one shoulder and then the other underneath, squeezing the scapula together. If the fingers are interlaced, try getting the palms together. Try drawing the knuckles towards the heels, and don't forget about squeezing that imaginary block between your thighs. Lift the hips up. 3 more breaths. Stay with me, you got this. Slow and controlled, release the bind, unfurl your shoulders, lower your spine all the way down to the ground. Windshield your wiper your knees over to the right and over to the left. And then draw the knees towards the chest. Wrap your hands around your shins or the knees. Give yourself a little squeeze. You can make some knee circles here in one direction and then the other. If you'd like, you can find a happy baby, taking the soles of the feet up towards the sky, bending your knees towards your shoulders. Your hands can reach your feet or just onto your shins or your knees, whatever's comfy here. You don't have to reach all the way to your feet. Rock a little side to side. If you want, you can play with straightening both legs at the same time, but allow this to be restorative. Draw the knees back together and curl yourself into a little ball. Give yourself a squeeze. Then lower both feet back down onto the ground like you were setting up for bridge. This time, except cross the right leg over the left. Take your arms out to goal pose with elbows bent, palm back of the hands onto the ground. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lower the knees over to the left. If this is too much on your back, just uncross your legs. Otherwise, right leg over left. And then inhale, come back through center. Exhale over to the right. Your knees might not come all the way down to the ground. That's okay. Make sure low back is happy. You can also do this with the knees together and legs uncrossed. So you're just moving side to side, letting the head go wherever it wants to go. Still moving with breath. The next time your knees come back to center, uncross the right leg, cross the left leg, and move from side to side. If you find that there's a side that you'd like to pause on for a couple of breaths, you can certainly do that. Otherwise, you're moving back and forth from side to side. The next time you come back through center, everybody move back through center, uncross that left leg. Lower your arms by your sides like you were taking a bridge, and begin to lift the feet into the air. Now, if you do have a block at home, you can place a block underneath your back or a blanket. Otherwise, feet will just lift into the air. I'm going to show you how to use the block. You'll slide the block underneath the low back, more towards the bum than the back area. Or you want to make sure that there's no arc in the back, no rounding like this in the back. The back is nice and flat, I guess would be a term. And then lift the legs up to Viparita Karani. You can circle out the feet and circle out the hands, or you can just rest your hands by your sides, or one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Now you're just going to wait. Wait until you begin to feel little tinglies all the way from the toes begin to drain down your calves and into the thighs. It might be 30 seconds, it might be a minute or so. If you want to close your eyes, feel free to close your eyes. Once you begin to feel the little tinglies, I'm almost there, I feel a little bit, yeah. Then you'll bend your knees, plant the feet down, come off of a block if you're on a block. If there's any final movement you'd like to take, anything you're craving for your practice today, feel free to take the next 30 seconds. Right? Do another posture, anything that's restorative. Otherwise, extend your legs. A blanket is nice to have over your belly or over your torso if you have one at home. And you'll set up for rest, Shavasana. If you're feeling warm, you separate your feet just a little bit more and the arms away from the body. If you're feeling cool, you can take your arms by your sides. And wherever you are, see about softening the shoulders down the back so they're not up by your ears as you rest. Get as comfortable as you can. Close the eyes. And you'll take 5 breaths. Those big, long inhales and exhales. Dirga breath. Breathing into the belly and the ribs and the chest on the inhale, all the way into the back body, the sides of the ribs. And exhale, completely empty. In and out through the nose. If you want to layer on your ocean sounding breath, you can do that as well. After your 5th breath, take a little pause at the top. Hold the breath in for just a couple of seconds. Sip a little more air in. And then as if you are releasing all of the tension, any remaining tension out of your body, exhale out the mouth and give it a sigh. Ha. Try that one more time. Inhale, fill. and slow. Hold the breath in at the top. Sip a little more air in. Relax the shoulders. Exhale out the breath. Take as much time as you need to rest. This is as important as every other part of your practice today. Allow the jaw to soften. Allow your attention to go further inside, relaxing every muscle, every bone in the whole body as much as you can. You might even drift off to sleep. Just rest. If you need more time in Shavasana, you'll stay right here. Otherwise, begin to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Come back to the breath and breathe a little deeper into the belly. Wiggle toes, wiggle fingers. If you'd like, shift your head a little bit from side to side. Waking up the body a little bit more. Reach your arms up over your head and take a full body stretch. Reach through the fingertips. Stretch out the belly, stretch the toes. Take an inhale and an exhale. Draw both knees back into your chest. If you have a blanket on, set it aside. Draw your knees into your chest and then rock over onto whatever side is comfortable to you. Keeping the eyes closed, press into the hands, come all the way up to a comfortable seat. We'll just be here in a moment. Sit up nice and tall. Take one hand over your heart and the other hand over that hand. And take notice now, what is here now? We cannot control the external world, but we can control ourselves. We can control how we respond to everything that's happening around us. And oftentimes being able to respond versus react is a practice, and it takes coming to your mat. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's take a breath together. Take an inhale through the nose. And an exhale out the mouth. One more like that. Full breath in. Exhale. Draw your palms to your heart center.